Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Dear John Show. Sunday, the 20, what is it? 22nd of April. It is indeed. Who said that? 22nd of April, and it's with me. I'll be here for definite. I'm going to come to the show tonight. We'll have Nina Tilo, Marna Dupree Badgerow, and Christine Barker. And of course, Bacophile man himself is here. Superhero, sabre of damsels, and a plank. John Kavanagh. Have a great Sunday, everybody. Get relaxed. Get yourself all tucked up and ready to go. We've got a ton of poetry here tonight. We've got newcomers. We've got the regulars. We've got everybody. Hello, Christine. And I'm going to actually bring Christine straight in. She's not been well at all. Good evening, Nina Tilo. Welcome, darling. You're on tonight as well. Christine, I'm going to bring you straight in once I can. Christine hasn't been well, and I'm absolutely delighted to see she's back. Badly missed last week. Let me see. Oh, come on. Don't do this, guys. Whoa. Let me see. Nope. Nothing. Christine, can you send me a request, please? I don't believe this. I put everything in the way I'm supposed to put it in, and I get this. This is absolutely disgraceful. Facebook, you've a lot to answer for. An absolute awful lot to answer for. Huh? The names I put in, and they're not even registered. Can you believe this? Hello, Diane Reid Burgess. How are you, darling? And Johnny J.P. Lee. How are you, Johnny? Well, if I can get Christine in, I'll be able to get your poem in. If not, again, it's going to be a short show. Huh? What can I say? But everybody, listen. Christine, can you send me a request? Please, so I can see if anything is happening. So while I'm waiting for the request to come in from Christine to join up. You were joking. Don't say this. No. No. And it won't let me invite. Let me see. Search. Where are you? Invite Christine. Christine, invite. I've sent an invite to you, Christine. So I don't know if that's going to help. I hope it does. But I've sent it anyway. I have Marna. Marna, I'm going to have to bring you in, sweetheart, for a minute. Because it says you have requested. Approve. Yes. Add. Yes. Adding. Connecting. And we have Marna. Marna, you're
Yes.
in like a shot. You are in like a shot. Straight in the middle. 180 from Marna. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning.
A bit later. I just got home.
You've just gotten home, have you? Oh my God almighty.
I just got home from church.
And you're outdoors. It's brilliant. You're getting the weather now, aren't you?
Yeah, well, considering it was pouring this morning, and I do welcome ministry. So between services, I'm at the back door and welcoming people to service and giving them out the bulletins. Well, when I got back there, the sun was shining, and I'm like going, what the heck is this? You know?
Marna, quick question.
What's
Very
that?
quick question. How did you get to connect with me? Did you send a request?
No, you invited me.
So you got the
And when,
invite, but Christine
yes.
and Nina don't seem to got theirs. I invited the three of you. At the very start, it says invite people, yeah? So I put Christine in first, you in second, Nina in third, thinking that's the way it registered, first, second, and third. But unfortunately, Christine is telling me she's got no camera, and even sending the invite, she's got no message of the invite. This is absolutely crazy with
Oh,
Facebook. I don't know what they're doing. Hello, Joan Burke. It's great to see you here, darling. Absolutely brilliant.
but I'm sorry, y'all gonna know my bad habit. I gotta have a cigarette before I go back inside.
Oh, that's okay. You help yourself, Marna.
I
I,
too. I
you're
too.
you're over
That's right.
18. Thank God.
Well, geez, yes. I'm heading towards 64, gang. Okay.
I've
You know, when
watched you make
people
that.
say, you know, when
I've been,
people say turn
yeah.
your age backwards, I would be 46, and I'm like going, you know what? There was nothing magical going on then either. I don't think so.
No, no. Last time I had 46 was on a bus.
Oh.
So,
But I remember when I turned 61 and my son says, "Well, Mom, just think you could be 16 again." I was like, "No, I don't think so. That never mind. No.
no, not going back there. No, 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 no,
No,
no.
no,
Took me
no.
years to get out of that one.
I 26 either." I said, "No, I had young children then." Nope, going no, not me.
Well, tonight, Marna, we have lined up a ton and a half of poetry that we mightn't be able to get done because Facebook is taking the utter P from us.
Facebook has been stupid.
I have poor Christine with no camera. Andy has a camera. That's Nina's husband. Um, I can try inviting Andy when it comes around to the turn, but I can't get Christine. This is the big problem now for tonight. No, no cam, nothing. And it's amazing, Marna. You've got no cam.
I got the camera. Now I'm going back inside.
You're going back inside now.
Yeah, because now it's kind of windy. I had the dog out, and
Yeah.
he didn't even go potty. He's like he's going down the steps, and he's looking at me like, "It's windy. I'm not going." This morning he would go because of the well, no. This morning he wanted to go, and I'm like, dude, no, that's not going to work because you probably will drown out there." Now he's looking at.
Oh,
He's looking like I'm back in the house, and he's looking at me. He's sitting. He's standing on the floor. He's looking at me like, I didn't get to go do
oh.
my thing. That's your fault, not mine.
Yes, exactly. Learn to be a dog. Goodness.
No, he's a wussy. I'm going to say that.
Oh.
He is. Look, I have 2 dogs and a cat. They do not know they're dogs and cat. Okay, they don't. They think they're all the same, human.
Yes, exactly. Because we make them feel that way, and it's even better.
I
I
love them
don't
to
mind.
death.
I can understand where they're coming from because I'm a powder puff seamanly.
I love them. You know, they keep me company. And I'm going to tell you what, the 2 dogs, they may be 2 little chihuahuas, but if
Yeah.
anyone comes to the house, like I have to have my injections delivered. And the UPS guy, he just dies laughing every time because I usually have the same one that delivers in this area. And he knocks on the door and he goes, I'm like, "Okay, guys, wait." I said, "Well, okay, I'm coming." And then I go out there and I sign for it. I got to close the door. And he goes, every time I know the dogs are going to bark.
At
He goes,
least
"You
he
are well
knows,
protected."
Marna.
Yeah, he goes, "You are well protected, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah, I am."
Oh, I'm
Very
okay.
well.
I've just been told I'm a lovely powder puff. Isn't that nice? That is absolutely beautiful.
What, you were told what?
I'm a lovely powder puff.
Oh,
Oh, do you know what? I'm getting palpitations here. It's beautiful, that is. Wow. Someone cares. Yeah,
powder puff.
yeah, that's all right.
You, you know you're one of my buddies. You're always going to be my buddy.
I know I'm gonna be your buddy, Marna. Of course I am. Yes.
You're always going to be my buddy. I love picking on you.
Ah, Charlotte's in. Hello, Charlotte. Lovely seeing you on. Great to see you here, darling. So, Marna, tell me,
What?
you've got 2 poems for us tonight, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, what are they?
True Vision
Mhm.
is one. If it came up in my email, I'm going to have to send it again because it's easier for me to do in email. Oh, great. Okay, well let me do this. Okay, I may like It may take me off, but I'm going to be back
You going
because I
off?
got to get.
Coming back?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I got to get.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take you off. I can try and work on the other
No, no.
technical issues I am facing at the moment. No, go on, tell me what you're saying. You've moved, you've stilled out. This is becoming common practice on the Day John Show. This is becoming a skill. Facebook have given us a skill we're not even aware of. They can still people out. They can make the cameras disappear. See, when you're building something good, sometimes it upsets the likes of Facebook. And I've lost mine. Let me see if I can invite Andy Kilo. I still can't invite Christine. What is going on? Invite Andy Tilo. Andy Tilo invited. So, let me see what happens now, because Nina Tilo don't have no camera. Hi Nina, I've invited Andy. And I might as well get on with the show anyway, because everything that goes wrong here, and it always does. And where am I going to start? We have an array of poetry that we're not going to be able to get tonight, by the looks of things. Let me see who's gone in here. In this little red button. Andy Tilo, approve, add. I think we might have an Andy Tilo here. Here we come. Still can't get Christine. It still won't allow me to add. Hello, Andy. How are you? Hey, good to see you.
He's looking good, isn't he?
God, he's had a haircut and everything. My God almighty.
Yeah.
Wow.
He looks so much better.
Oh, totally. What an improvement.
Did you hear that, Andy?
Nina,
John says you're looking
welcome.
so much better. He says thanks.
Most welcome, absolutely.
I know. Well, this
More
is just getting
issues
weirder by
again
the week,
tonight.
isn't it?
Yeah, more issues tonight. I can't get Christine. She's sending to me. I'm sending to her. Mine are not reaching. Hers are not reaching me.
Yeah.
I'm getting no requests. I've gotten them from yourself and from Myrna.
Yeah.
At the very start, they've done exactly what it says. Invite friends. Yeah. So I invited.
I had no invite from you.
You had none.
No.
This was it. Where is the breakdown between the phones? I know I'm on Android. You're on iPhone, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Andy's on iPhone. He'd got a
Yeah,
camera.
exactly. And I'm
I
still
haven't.
connected. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't understand this. It's absolutely crazy, this.
I know.
Absolutely crazy.
Getting
And I mean,
weirder by the
have
week.
you ever gone in to watch the YouTube videos they've made on this?
No, I try not to.
No? Oh, good God.
It's far too far over my head for that.
It's absolutely crazy, this. This is absolutely nuts. I don't absolutely believe this.
Yeah.
I don't. You go in and you watch the things, and it's like reading Double Dutch.
Oh, I know.
It goes back and forth on itself, and it's wow.
Yeah. Have you got nothing for Christine at all?
No, I can't even get a request to Christine. Christine is the same as what your phone is. See, I didn't get a request either, Christine is saying, and yet I've sent one to herself. I've sent one to Nina. I'm getting a message in here now. This might be a request from Christine.
Go on then. If you can get Christine on, get her on.
No, it won't give me an ad. It's allowing me to add Myrna, yeah? But it's not allowing me to add Christine. Now, hold on. I might be able to now. Hold on. No, because they're coming up not highlighted, so I can't do an ad. And yet I have Christine.
I'm on? Do you have to take
Possibly.
me off
Will I take you off for a second?
Yeah. Get Christine in if you can.
Right, just for a second. Catch you in a minute. Cheers, Nina. Thank you.
No problem. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Now, add Christine. Add. come on, come on. It's
Good
okay
grief!
today.
What's
Oh
going
my
on
God.
today?
Do you know, Christine, this
Oh,
is getting mental every week. They
no, I'm so
they've
sorry.
changed, honestly, they've changed everything, and I've got no way of putting everybody in except the way they say to. And I'm following the
Yeah,
instruction to the T.
yes,
And
I'm
and
sure you are, darling.
and it's
Yeah.
getting so bloody frustrating at the minute. It really and
But you
truly
know,
is.
as I said to you before, usually we've got a little request video camera that we press on to invite you, but that's not appearing here either. I
Yeah.
haven't got it. So
All
there's nothing I can do.
the right to left swing that we had when we first started out is gone.
Yeah,
It's gone. It's no longer there. So
yeah,
I
it's really
don't
strange.
see who has a camera available.
Yeah, and normally when you're on live, I get a special little notification on my phone,
Yeah.
a sort of a circle with your head in saying that you're live, and that didn't happen tonight either. Just because someone sent a message was the only way I could get into you. So
I did. Marna came in straight away.
yes, she did.
Marna
Yeah,
was there, totally straight there. And I thought, brilliant. We can get a
yeah,
start while I'm trying to work other things out. But then you can't work anything
yeah.
out as you're going along because
No,
Facebook give you no
no.
space to do
Well,
it.
let's get on with the poets quickly
That's
then.
brilliant.
I'll read them.
So
Yeah.
how
Can
many?
you
How
understand
are,
my voice?
yes, how are you feeling?
Can you understand? I mean, it is still a little bit strange, my voice, but I think it's okay that people will be able to hear me, don't you? Can you hear me all right?
You're strong and clear, Christine. But how are you feeling?
Okay, because it's a bit scratchy and it's still a little bit sore. So as I said to you, I won't stay on too long
Yeah.
tonight, you know, because if I chat too much, it will just disappear. So,
Floor is yours,
and we
my
want
dear.
to do the poems justice rather than chat. You can chat with Myrna and Nina, okay? And chat with me another evening.
I will, I will. Thank you. But I'm
Yeah.
just delighted you're back. Thank you.
Yes, lovely. Lovely to be with you all. I missed you all last week as well,
We missed you
but I had
loads.
nothing. I had no
Absolute.
voice at all. I couldn't even whisper. It was dreadful.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, let's start with a lovely poem from Johnny P. Lee, shall we?
Yep.
Because I know he's listening in. So yes, and I think you said this one was very close to his heart.
Yes.
I believe you did, didn't you? So it's called Starting Anew. Failures surmount all intentions, to those unintended to fulfill them all. Turn back the pages and start life anew. Learn to listen. Learn how to say no. Ignore the scoff. Learn to stand tall. Newness refreshing as morning dew. Bury the dead. The past is past. No one is bad. Just need to guide. Suffering victims turn true victors. Live like today is thy very live like today is thy very last. Walk not alone. In God confide. Throw in the towel. Stop the vectors. A life that's planned is a life closed. Cling not to security. Just let it go. Fear not to fall. Thou shalt be caught. Lift the anchor, ready to be tossed, staying afloat, drifted to and fro. A lesson learnt is a virtue taught.
Yeah, he catches you every time, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
He's like a Hoover. He just sucks you in. Wow. I like
Yeah,
Johnny's.
lovely.
I love Johnny's pieces. Yeah.
Yes, I do, very much. Yeah, very, very enjoyable read and really lovely stuff. I've got some very interesting ones tonight with a new chap as well. I think you said he was a new guy. Jeff Hull.
Yes.
Is he new to the
Absolutely.
show?
It's brand new. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very interesting poem. And I think I've heard this name before. Marius van Wyk or Van Wyk?
Van Wyk. Yes. Marius. Yes.
Has, has
Marius
he
is
been on
from.
before?
Marius is yeah. Marius has been on once before. He's from the group Poetry in the
From
Blood.
the Netherlands.
He's from the
Oh, right, yeah,
Netherlands.
okay,
Yes.
yeah. Yes, it sounds like a Netherlands name, definitely. So, which one would you like next? And one from Debbie as well, Debbie Kinglesmith again. Do you have a
Yes, we have.
preference?
No.
Which
I'm
one,
leaving.
which one
I'm
would you
leaving
like
this. I'm
first?
leaving this up to you, Christine.
You're leaving it all up to me, are you?
Yeah, I'm being a
Even when I'm
chicken.
even when I'm sick, I have to make decisions, do I?
Oh yes. Oh, especially when you're sick.
Oh, you big bully. Okay, then I'm going to go for I'm going to go for Marius then, Marius van Wyck. I don't think this has a title, at least I don't have a title for it, but if anything, then perhaps beauty. Beauty turned upon itself in its darkest hour, making of woe an ally, retreating to its sombre confines, melancholy bestowed upon it its most intimate secrets. E'en sorrow, in its despairing state, looked upon with somewhat fondness. Death came calling, calling with retribution on its tongue, calling virtue by its name. Beauty, realizing the gravity of its lapse of reason, beseeched for clemency. "Hold thy tongue, beast," spake Death, "for thou art in my domain, and shalt do as I behest. No favour shall be shown, no quarter given here." To its knees in humble supplication fell Beauty, when the knelling bell tolled. On spake Death, "Ye have infested mortal heart, soul, with thy incessant, fallacious, fantasy-like notions of joy, upliftment, love, and such trivialities. Speak now, beast, Beauty be thy name. What hath he to offer by virtue of thy defence? Think carefully, speak wisely, for these may well be thy last words, and shalt be taken as thy solemn decree. Hath I sinned unto man, beast, Mother Nature, whence I employed all the faculties known to me, to open their eyes, their hearts, their very souls to the wonder abounding about and within them? If I am to be exiled, chastised for my pursuits in this regard, then my punishment shall weigh heavier upon those who seek to sanction it than it does upon mine self. With last breath inquire I thus, if not to beauty, to love. Pray tell, to what then shall mortal heart, soul, primitive, pure surrender? A fool and his emotional butterfly net?
Marius, I've read a lot of Marius's work over the last couple of months, and that is the longest poem I've ever known him to have written. Marius,
All right, okay.
Sometimes you're lucky to get 12 lines. He writes so compact. But
Very
this
succinct
one,
stuff, yeah, okay.
This one is so vast. There is so much inside of that piece itself. It's absolutely wonderful.
There is.
It's a brilliant,
Yeah,
and I love the way he writes. He writes that little bit differently to others. He has a writing from past tense and past English words that he would use in there. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it's a lovely touch.
Nice. It's
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Marius, he is a special. Well, to me anyway.
Yeah, yes, I like it too.
I have to write the names down now, man, when you all read out, so I can thank them at the end, because I don't have the names. I'll just send everything off, Christine.
Yeah. Okay.
That was beautiful.
Okay, now I have to decide between two now, because these are both lovely stuff to read. Yeah, I think I'll go for Debbie next, the Ethereal Earthling. This one is called Bones Dreaming. When I was small, for I was never young, I had a close and secret friend that through space and time could bend nature to her own innocent whim. I remember it like it was yesterday, at odd moments, a myth, a memory, a zephyr, a touch of reality, now old and dim. Together we travelled on clouds of storms that brood at the dark of the moon. Over the mountains we sailed in shrouds of turbulent mists, travelling hand in hand till we reached our primeval land, safe in our thick and watery cocoon. There was a timeless wooded land, pristine, unbent to human desire. It remained frozen in time and innocence, in the unseen distance, made of ice and fire. This secret virgin wood did stand invisible to those unclaimed at birth, and to those not formed of her primal earth. She came to me at the stroke of midnight, her reflection in my mirror, my gateway through the silence of the moonlight, seen from the corner of my eye. Oh, her silence was my archway. Bring the silence. Oh, the silence I still long for every day. Time faintly touched us, then went upon its silent way. My Calais and I, born again to bathe in the pure, clear water, we gathered and heaped with blended tear the scattered ivory bones, pure truth, and spoke with the four elementals of the only real truth that is here, the bones, my dear. We gathered to make our jewelry, tiny skulls, lichen, sticks and shells, which is a glimmer of current honesty that tells of my hollow life now. For I have really never stopped this arcane ritual, which seems to be habitual, hidden within my spells. This land no longer seeps through nor drops down from the sky. It now lies buried beneath a nasty brew of sprawling, crumbling cities that leaves behind love's desolate cry, because man wages constant war on all that is beautiful, ancient and misunderstood. We give little thought of the genocide, of the innocent and our exquisite countryside. They change, altering the eternal dance. We little notice through time and distance of the layers forming, the debris that is storming, our lost and altered lands, ghostly traits and oily trails of our own angry existence. So, backwards and forwards, you will find us together throughout time, whispering our sacred prayer, an aura of protection surrounding me in my secret shrine, as we wander unseen through the sky. You now know what you've always known, so you will never have to question nor wonder why. Come to me, my child of light, to the wondrous and the bright forbidden land, to the waters where we will stand alone, for all the world it will atone. Come away, for time is now done in this lost and forsaken lonely strand, and we will travel hand in hand while the world falls, seething, boiling and weeping. We will go on dreaming, dreaming and sleeping. The world will understand.
Debbie always brings you on a magical mystery tour through the
It really
whole.
is a mystery story, isn't it? Yeah, it's
It is,
wonderful.
and it's so picturesque, isn't it?
Yeah, she paints amazing pictures.
Wow,
She really does. Yeah,
unreal. That's a
yeah.
journey. You live it in your mind when you're reading the poem. I read it last night. Was it last night? Yeah, last night, Saturday. I read the poem last night.
Yeah.
And what a trip! Absolutely, what a trip! Beautiful.
Yeah, she really does paint a fantasy world in which you fall into, doesn't
Yeah.
she? You know, it's very stunning. Yes, I love her work. I really enjoy it very much. I think it was Nina who found her, wasn't it? Or
Was, yes.
picked. Yeah, great,
She joined
wonderful stuff.
Nina's group,
Excuse me.
and whatchamacallit, from there. But we're finding some beautiful poets at the moment, Christine. And
Yeah,
the
great.
genre's not all the same. It is so vast and wide now. There's a great pick from all the different types of poetry itself. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, wonderful. So I've got one more before my voice gives out completely. It's struggling a little bit, can you tell?
I can.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You're still very strong, mind you, so I just don't want to burn it out.
Yes.
You've got some teaching to do with that voice, you know?
Yes, yeah. I should have actually gone off sick when I started with this 2 weeks ago, but because I was a bit worried about my students not having had lessons, I went to work with it. And of course, it got worse and worse and worse, and now I'm going to be carrying it around for 2 or 3 weeks trying to get rid of it. So I'm my own worst enemy, John.
Oh dear, oh dear.
It's my own fault, you know, but there we go. Here we go. So this is the last one. This is also a lovely journey, very interesting journey. from Jeff Hull, if you want to write the name down so you don't
Yes.
forget him at the end.
I haven't. I've done them in
boy.
advance.
Good boy. You're doing good.
In advance.
And this one's called The Artist. My life has been a heavy one, guilted by weight that wasn't mine to carry. It seems I could never find the right place to set it all down, troubled by the questions I couldn't answer, shackled to them as I wandered through years, misplaced, displaced, uncertain. Confused, I carried on. Still the pain of things spread out, had their way of trickling through, in every heartbeat, in every romance, in every little part of every little thing I wanted for myself. No mother to care for me, no father to correct my mistakes. I continued on this path, self-destructing and sabotaging dream after dream, wounded by the answers I could never find. I saw it all coming to an end. Either I would put it all down, pick up what was left, or die trying. And on my knees I begged for clarity, for one single moment of understanding, and I raised my voice to God above. Even the angels must have feared my cries. No more will I carry this cross for you. It is not mine to bear. Free me from the dead and give me strength. I am your child. Such a humbling moment. Had I overstepped my boundaries? Would God forgive my outburst? And the silence overwhelmed. Somehow, somewhere, I had to find the strength to stand. And so I crawled from this pit of despair, facing honest truths. The man in my reflection came face to face with self. Stepped beyond the selfishness and self-centeredness. I saw my world as it truly was, emptied, and by my own hand. There was no one left to blame. The story was mine to write, step by step. I peeled back the pages, rewriting what I once believed was true, exchanging it for truth, seeing myself for who I truly was, a precious child of God. No mistake, not a piece of trash to be discarded. I have worth. I was meant to be. And somehow I believed. And in the darkest moments, in the stillness of the night, I fought for who I was and who I am meant to be. The artist.
Wow, that is deep. That is
It is, isn't it?
deep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a total internal reflection of everything. Some of us think we're lucky in life. You come across something like this that can be written. Wow.
Yeah.
Even if
Yeah.
it's sheltered life,
Really.
really. Yeah.
Great piece. I enjoyed that very much.
Oh, you put the message
call it-
out. Beautiful.
Soliloquy, I call it. Yeah, it's a bit of a soliloquy, but it's wonderful. Yeah.
Absolutely
Very,
fabulous.
very deep.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thought I was going to have
Yeah.
to swim out with that one.
Yeah. Well, let's hope we get some more from him. It'd be nice
Yes.
to hear his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Is he listening in? Do you know if he's
I
listening
haven't.
in tonight?
He hasn't come up on the thing. I'm not even.
Okay.
I'm not even sure of what part of the world Jeff is in. To be honest, I've not got a clue.
All right. Okay.
He could be anywhere in the world. So.
Yeah.
But after the show, I will
I
actually,
don't know.
because his poem has been read, I will send the recording to him. Yeah. Of the poem.
Oh,
being
good.
read.
Yeah. Great.
So
Yeah.
he'll then.
With my strange voice.
Hey, you read that beautifully. You'll have a
Good,
link then.
yeah.
The link will be at the top of the show, so he can come in again and again if he wants to come in. Just follow the link in.
Yeah.
You'll have a
Exactly.
link
Yeah.
there, yeah. No, but wow, they were amazing poems tonight. They were absolutely beautiful.
Yes. Some good pieces.
I've
Yeah.
watched the comments
Yeah.
going up from everybody. Wow.
Yeah. People saying they're glad that thank you, Johnny, saying you hope I recover soon. I do too. It's about time. I'm rather tired of being sick now.
Last week you had
It's
us
so humour.
you had us all worried last week because you You sounded even in text as you were so
Yeah.
unwell, yeah.
I
Uh,
really I mean, I got a double whammy. I got a light cold, which then turned into bronchitis, then to laryngitis, and then the hay fever season started as well. So
yeah.
I was just starting with hay fever as well, and then I even had 2 days of diarrhea as well, just for a lovely topic.
Just to
So
add
I
it
was
on.
really sick
Wow, salt into the wounds. Yeah.
all at once.
Wow. The
So yes,
Jeff is
yeah,
from
I was really.
San Antonio, Texas.
Oh right, okay.
So
Yeah, thank you, Nina. Good,
I've no idea.
great.
I've never been. I've no plans.
No,
No.
we know you and your
I'm
travelling.
gonna stay right here.
You're not a great traveller, are you, John?
I'm a terrible
Not
traveller.
a man of the world.
No,
Yeah,
definitely not. The world is a man of me.
yeah. We all have to come to you, do we, instead of you going out to the
Oh
world?
God Almighty! I get lost going to the shop without a sat nav. I gotta put
Actually, so do I.
I gotta put Google Maps on my phone, Christine, just to go into
Yeah, I
town,
mean,
just in
my
case.
sense of direction is lousy too. I'm bad at it, but obviously I'm a seasoned traveller with my career, so I've had to find my way. But I've got no sense of direction whatsoever. It's really dreadful.
It's a horrible feeling, an absolutely horrible feeling.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Because I
Get
panic
your
like
sat nav
hell.
going.
I've got me maps all set up already in the background, just off
That's it.
screen. Just
There you
click.
go. That's it. That'll get you anywhere. Take you
Oh,
everywhere.
big time. Big time. Oh, Christine,
Yeah.
you've read those beautifully tonight. Thank you so much. And thanks for getting
I
back
did the
so
best I
soon.
could.
You done better than
Yeah.
that, girl. You done an absolute lot better than that. But thank you for being
Yeah.
back as quickly as you have, because you were sorely
You're
missed
very
last
welcome.
week.
Yeah. But I watched in the show a little bit, but later on I saw it. Yeah. A
Well,
lot of chaos going on as usual with the
so
connections.
it's okay. As I'm
Yeah.
from tomorrow, because I've already got poems lined up for you. Your
Yeah.
email,
I'm
your,
looking forward
your
to doing the
email will be
others.
fully active.
Yeah. I should be okay by next week. It'll probably be clear by then, I
Please
think. But
God, yeah.
just to warn you, darling, I'm going to be away in May quite a lot. I mean, from the 10th to the 22nd of May, I'm out of the country. I'm going
Yeah.
to visit my father in Vancouver. And the last week of May, I have a concert on the Sunday. The concert's at 4 in the afternoon. It's a head of department concert. So I should be home by 7, and you start here at 7:30 my time,
Yes.
the last week in May. So I should be okay, but it could be a bit tight. So maybe send Nina Tilo 6 poems and me too.
I can't, because she's away in May as well.
Is she all right?
Yeah.
Or Mirna, maybe Mirna. Yeah.
I think this is planned.
So 10 to
But
22, I'm not there.
10 to 22. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
22, I'm away. 10th of May to 22nd. So,
Then you're back on the 20.
okay, just so you
You'll be back on the 29th.
back on 20,
Yeah.
back on. Yes, I should be there on the 25th. I think it is actually the Sunday, isn't it?
I don't know.
Or well, maybe the 20th. I don't know. But anyway, as I say, I've got a concert on that night, but I should be home by then. Should be. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So maybe bring the others on at the beginning of the show and put me
Yeah.
on late
And just
on
let
them,
it delay.
and I'll,
Yeah. Not
yeah,
a problem,
delay a bit.
Christine. Thanks for letting me
Okay,
know.
great.
Absolutely brilliant. Christine,
Okay, I'm going to get off now and let the others come in.
have a wonderful
You
evening and
know.
a great week ahead. Hope it all gets better soon.
Yeah, I'm sure it will, do. It's on the mend. I'm on the mend.
Thank God. Christine, love you to bits.
Still got my humour.
You have. Thank God you've not
Bye, darling.
lost that. Have a great week ahead. Catch you
Never
soon.
lose that.
Catch you
Okay.
soon on.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Love to see you all. Bye.
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 Mwah. There's Christine, and she's back with an absolute blaze and a bang. There we go. 4 beautiful pieces there have come in from Johnny P. Lee, Marius Van Wyk, Debbie Kinglesmith, and Jeff Hull. And I've got something down here. Hopefully, it may be Myrna. I have Myrna. I do indeed. Yes. And here we go. We'll have 2 poems from Myrna tonight. 2 of her own poems. It was me that stilled out that time.
Okay.
Go on.
Oh, well, whatever. You know me, I go with the flow. It's whatever.
It's brilliant. I love when you go with the flow, Marna, because it gets me flowing.
Oh, I don't want to know. Oh, my mom, it was
Oh, I
sitting
do
on
love
the
an honest
side.
woman. I really love an honest woman.
My mom, I am so sorry.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh no,
Wow.
that's like it this morning. There was something wrong with the microphone with the sound, and the pastor kept trying to start, and every time he would say something, all we would hear is static. I gotta tell you that I've never heard such laughter at church before in my life.
It does happen in the
And
strangest
I
places.
sit in the front. Well, I sit in the front. So he's wagging his finger at me, and I'm looking at him like, hey, they're all laughing too. Don't even look at me.
That's a very rebellious church you attend, Marna.
I love
Wow.
it. I love it. I love it.
Well, church should always have laughter. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Oh yeah. It's yeah. I've made such good friends there, and like I said, by the time I get home, I can't even count all the hugs I've gotten and all the hugs I've given. So that's really, it's awesome.
Well, hello, Angela Goodall. Lovely seeing you in tonight, darling. Absolutely brilliant. Sorry, Marna. I'm trying to
Oh, that's okay.
acknowledge as I can in between. And
Don't
Christine,
worry about
we're all
Hi.
delighted you're back tonight. We really and truly are. That was a brilliant read. Absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah, yeah, and great poems too. Wow.
The four were totally different to each other. There was not one alike in the four that she's read. And it gave a lot to
No,
think about after each one of them.
exactly.
And now you're going to give us two that's going to make us think even more. Our brains are going to
Well,
explode.
it, they're going to be the first one. It's kind of in my wheelhouse. I mean, it's in my wheelhouse, but the second one, no, it's going to be a little bit different. So whenever you're
Wow.
ready, I can start.
I am
It's
ready.
up to you.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
The first one I'm going to read is titled True Vision, and it's a tribute to my mom and my dad. Now, I had posted this, but I did revise it a little bit, so it might be a little bit different from what you remember. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying. I reflect upon the life I've led, the words traveled and words unsaid, imagination guiding my steps upon the paths I'll never forget. A shadowed world is all I knew, a world reflected in blurry hue. I shudder to think of who I'd be if not for the parents given to me. Blindness meant nothing at all. No, I was taught to follow my heart and spirit's call. My blindness was just an adjective, you see, like the brown hair and eyes that adorned me. I was also taught that I could achieve if in my dreams I but believed. I was not different at all, you see. I simply did things differently. I remember the faith they had in me, and yes, I shudder to think where I'd be if not for the guidance received by parents who in me believed. I know I was blessed. I know I was loved. As I look to heaven up above, thank you, Mom and Dad, for teaching me that I could be whoever I wanted to be. And that true vision has little to do with sight. It has everything to do with my spirit's guiding light.
Christine Barker's just nailed it with the comment. This is a gorgeous poem. It is a gorgeous poem. It's absolutely
Thank
beautiful
you.
for everything that's within. And to write a absolute piece to promote your mum and dad for everything they've done, Marna. That is absolutely beautiful. There's no beauty like that.
You know, I like I said, I was lucky when your mom, when it's time to work in the garden and you're going to be, you know, digging time to dig up the potatoes. And you tell your mom, "Mom, I can't see the potatoes," and she says, "You don't have to. You only have to feel for them." So you see, my brothers and I, my two brothers and I, we were not raised like some other blind children that I knew that, you know, the parents, I mean, I hate to say this, but like ashamed or just didn't know what to do with them. My parents just treated us like ordinary kids. And, you know, we played in the neighborhood. Like I said, I went fishing, I went shrimping, I helped dad with the oysters. I swam in the bayou, which I wouldn't do now, but back then it was fine. You know, we did everything. We did. We were never treated like, you know, blind kids who couldn't do anything. Oh, no. I had chores. I had to wash dishes, fold clothes. Yeah. Sweep the floor. It didn't matter.
Yeah, your hands worked, your legs worked. Why not? Yeah,
Well, exactly. That's what my mom
yeah.
told me when she gave me the broom, and I'm like, "Well, Mom, what if I, you know, I don't see the dust?" And she goes, "There's something wrong with your leg, with your knees and your hands." And I went, "No, ma'am." And she goes, "Well, after you're done, you get down on your hands and knees. If you feel dust, I guess you got to sweep again."
Well, you did ask. You
It,
did ask.
when my brother came up behind me, one of my blind brothers came up behind me, and he goes, "Bet you won't ask that again."
No, no, not in a hurry. Not in a hurry.
The youngest. Like, I was the youngest of the kids, and of course, the two brothers that were legally blind. Um, one was the second in line, and then my other was the fourth. So my parents, like I said, my parents made all the mistakes with them. I reaped the benefits, but I also reaped the idea of, you know what? No, he ain't getting away with nothing. You know. But I will always be grateful for that because,
Yes,
like I said, I shudder to think of who I'd be if not for them.
very true.
You know, because they raised me to be very independent, probably more independent than I should have been, but very independent, stubborn, if people want to call it that, but I call it determined.
Yes.
You know, people would tell me, "Well, you can't do that. You're blind." Well, I would give them a look that said, "Yeah, really, watch me." You know, and I'd give them do what I probably, you know, wasn't supposed to be able to do.
Yeah, well,
But if I couldn't do it, I mean, I admitted, no, I can't do that, and because I knew I couldn't do it,
yes.
you know. But again, that's how we were raised. I mean, we knew what our limitations were, but nobody else set those limitations. We did.
Yourself,
Nobody else did.
exactly. That's the beauty.
Yeah.
That is the beauty, yes.
Okay, now for the second point.
Yes.
This will probably shock some because Myrna doesn't usually write like this. But anyway, here goes. The title of the poem is She, simply She.
I'll be back in 5.
She yeah, three letters. She, okay. She bleeds from wounds deeply hidden in this lonely solitude she's been given. Tears never shed are thus never seen in the blinding darkness, this pathetic scene. She seeks not pity or sympathy's glee. In this life she's been decreed. She walks away from love, but walks with pain, and admits only she is to blame. Of her life there is no need, and even death will not plant its seed. She is an afterthought, a wasted soul, an empty heart that was never whole. She has no name, no reason to be, no echo of what was or what is yet to see. She is torment's pawn, sorrow's joy. She is simply what time forgot.
That is so. If that was put up without the name beside it, I'd never guess it was yours in first place. It is,
If I would read that, not knowing it was in my files, I would never guess it was mine either.
yeah. Just
I
listening,
don't nor
just listen.
I don't normally write that way, but I will say that with the anniversary of my husband's death coming up, at one time I was this person, and I was there at one time, and but not anymore. But yeah, when I say sorrow's joy, I had someone ask me, "What do you mean by that?" I said, "Because I was what sorrow was supposed to do, and so I was sorrow's joy.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Sorry was happy that I was the way I was.
And you've had that
Torments pond.
experience, Marna, and the greater thing is you were able to put it in words. And there will be, I've said before, there's so many out there will have had similar experience and could not write
You
those
know,
words.
yeah, and I will tell you that the writing has given me the release during those times and other times in my life. And I will always be grateful that he gave me the gift to write and that I took it a step further because when I started writing, I mean, I had no clue what in the world I was doing. And I read the bards. I read everything. I wrote, and then I honed my craft. I'm like, okay, this is not how I want to write. And then I started writing my way. And, thank God I was able to do that because writing has helped me through so much.
I've heard.
Even the funny stuff I write. Yes, and there's been some funny stuff.
Yeah, you, it's great when you can go from one setting to another to another to another. It's a brilliant, and you feel good inside yourself, Marna, no matter what the messages you're trying to put out.
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna have to share on the group one of my favorite funny poems. It's the saga of I see not good and no way. And it's a poem about it. Let's just say if there was ever a driving school for the blind, okay, just imagine what that would be like. And that's what that poem is about.
Oh, Marna,
Needless to say,
Marna, you're gonna have to
my
save that one for the show as
oh
well as
yeah,
the group.
needless to say, my blind friends, I mean, they were dying laughing when I read it to them. Like, that would be about right. I said, yeah, yeah, I'll have to save it for the show. When we're gonna have
Oh,
we're gonna have
big
a show one
time.
day.
Wow,
Yep,
wow.
not good and no way.
That was said just like only Marna could say. Definitely.
Yeah, well, that's what one of my friends said. Only you could write that. I
Yes.
said, I just didn't offend any of my blind friends. She goes, well, we're not offended because we're laughing because we can just imagine what that would be. And I called it the Blinker or the Blinky School for the Blind because that was the Blinky driving school because that was the name of our newspaper at the blind school was called the Blinky because our term for each other was blinks.
Yeah.
If somebody else said it, we were kind of offended, but between us, we referred to ourselves as blinks. So yeah,
Oh, how modest. Absolutely beautiful.
well, yeah, look, when I went there and I saw them skating on their skating in the skating rink, skating backwards, doing wheelies and doing flips, and my mom says, "See, you could learn to skate here." And I looked at my mom like, "Oh, that ain't happening, lady." Not because I never would skate. It wasn't because I couldn't see. It was because I couldn't skate. Okay, and I'm very honest.
Yeah.
No, but
Wow.
those are my two for
You know,
today.
you make my Sunday every Sunday you do. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank
You're welcome.
Like I said, you never know what will Just like my son says, Mom, with you, it's not only we never know what's going to come out of your mouth, we never know what's going to come out of your pen.
Yeah,
And that's even
that's much stranger. Definitely. Oh no, mine is still out. No. Oh no. Mina, you've stilled out. No. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh Mina, I'm gonna have to let you go because you've stilled and it's not coming back on. It's just leaving us gaping here, coming into the room, and you're gone. Oh no. No. Oh, let me see. I've got to try all this again. I don't believe this. Where's he gone? He's gone there. Ah, there. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Add it. Add it. Connecting. Yes, yes. Lena, welcome back.
Hello.
Hello, hello,
No,
hello.
no, thank you.
Oh,
Don't need
don't
your.
tell me I'm freezing as well. Oh my God, I don't believe this.
Are you?
What is up with this tonight? I'm going to put on the second.
Oh,
Um,
you did briefly while Myrna was glitching, but I think you're all
well,
right now.
I'm putting the Wi-Fi on along with I'm doing it again. I know I am. I'm trying to add the Wi-Fi to the data. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a good idea. I might take it back off again. It's absolute crap.
Yeah, don't have ideas.
No. I'm not very good at them, Nina.
I had noticed. Yeah.
No, am I back? No, I think I'm back now. Am I
You're
back
back
on?
now. Do you know what's happened
Back now.
tonight?
Go on.
You've missed out 3 poets that Christine was supposed to read.
You know what's happened, don't you? I know what's happened. I think I know
What?
what's happened.
Yeah, you got involved.
Exactly.
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 How many
Exactly.
times did I go through this with you? How many times?
Oh God. Do you know what's happened? I've sent the emails
Yes.
and told Christine, thank you very much. Read this for this person, read that for that person, and thank you so
Right.
much.
Yes.
Forgot to attach the poem, didn't I? What can I say, Nina? What really? What can I
I've got them
say?
here. If you don't want the poets to lose out, I have got them here.
I'm not worried about the poets losing out. I'm more worried about my health and safety if they do. You know?
Yeah. So, yeah, bless their hearts. If they were tuning in expecting to hear their poems being read and they're not going to be happy bunnies, are they?
No. And Angela Gurdon, I am an ex-leprechaun, by the way. I was thrown out of the group because of stuff like this. Honestly, I was. I ain't joking. I was
No, he's
disbanded,
joking.
disowned.
Yeah.
Even Santa Claus wouldn't have me after that.
You were King Leprechaun, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah.
I love the way you get that word in. Was.
Well,
Yeah, just remind me. Rub salt into the wound, why don't you? Yeah.
yeah, well, it disbanded, didn't it?
I've got no chance of bigging myself up with you, have I?
Not really, no. It doesn't wash.
So, who's got to start tonight, me or you? 'Cause
Yeah.
I've got about 5 here myself.
You better do something useful then. Start reading.
You think so?
Yeah. Right. I should be watching to see if you've got the 5 you told me earlier.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah, but it's not about
4,
it's not about
5.
the number, it's about who you've got.
You will be surprised who I've got.
Oh, probably, yeah.
You
It
might
won't
be
be who you told me
shocked.
earlier.
Probably the same as you've got, actually.
Probably. Yeah. That'd be about right. Go on then, off
Oh,
we go.
God, no. I'm going to start tonight with Charlotte Rains.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
Charlotte has one. This is a really, really deep poem, yeah?
Okay.
I'm And I said I'd read. I was going to send this on to Christine, but I decided I'd do it myself tonight
Right.
because it's very seldom a subject that a man broaches anyway. And I'm going to put a male voice to this one because the way she's written it is the way I practically see it myself, yeah?
Okay.
In
Yeah.
the biggest of terms, yeah?
Right.
So it's called Come Unto Me. I'm going to start now.
Go on then.
The earth whispers like a still small voice, smooth and subtle, giving birth to tiny legions of unseen souls, moving forward like soldiers bold. Little armies with arms and legs, fingers and toes that silently beg, without a voice, unseen, unheard, loved or hated, without a word. Seeking a haven of safety from life, away from the probing of a sharp, shiny knife. Come, cries the Father, come unto me. Close tiny eyes, so you never see the cold, bitter faces that now fill the earth, that take tiny souls, not giving them birth. That's from
Ooh.
Charlotte, and it is deep,
Yeah.
deep, and it's
Yeah.
hard hitting. And like I said, I don't agree with abortion.
No.
That's just my opinion. I'm
Yeah.
not knocking anybody who does. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the termination of a life because of somebody's negligence.
Mm.
They don't ask to be put in, the seed in, or the womb, the egg hatched. They don't even know before it happens. It's
I
the two
know.
people that are responsible.
Yeah.
They get away with it. So,
Yes.
Charlotte,
Very,
thank you
very
so
emotive.
much for sending that. It's a very emotive poem, that one.
Yeah. Yeah. And
What are you
they
going to
have
do?
to be handled tenderly as well, don't they? They have to
Oh,
be
yes.
care.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, giving the facts maybe without giving an opinion on poems like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very difficult write. So brilliant piece there, Charlotte. Well done.
Oh, beautiful.
Mm.
You can go now. You can give us one.
Oh, can I? Oh, it's like poem tennis.
Yeah, go on. We'll do a bit of poem tennis. Yeah, go
All
on.
right
Get in
then.
there.
Okay, okay. So
Love
this
15.
I don't think so. This is from our lovely Joe Wiggins, my partner in crime.
Oh, yeah.
And this is called Kintsugi. Now I had to look that up because it was obviously key to the poem. The whole point of the poem is Kintsugi. So I had to look it up in my ignorance. And it is, I don't know if it's Chinese or Japanese. I'm not going to say I'm certain, but it's basically if a piece of crockery or pottery or something is broken, it's patching it up and making it more beautiful than it was before. I'm hoping that's the right description.
Yeah, it's Japanese.
So that should kind of explain more. Not that Joe's poem needs explaining, but that should kind of give you an idea of what this poem's about. So Kintsugi by Joe Wiggins. Modify me, pull me apart and discard what you wish. Rebuild with improvements thought necessary, then enjoy your creation. Rejoice in your success to be the master of perfection. When creation failed so miserably, till the time comes, and it will, when what you view no longer appeals. And in your disgust at what you see before you, the new and improved me will also be tossed aside to the heap, sitting atop those parts of me, those you deemed unacceptable, already stinking and rotting, to which these new improvements that you felt so necessary have also found themselves unacceptable too. And in their hypercritical merger, the old and the new will bind, and in time they will rebuild, out of necessity, out of need, out of hope, and in revenge of deed, and then I will stand again, improperly complete, a patchwork of limbs, of thoughts and flesh, beautifully broken, fragile yet strong, a living piece of art with scars of gold. And when you look closely at me, you will hear life whisper, Kintsugi.
Isn't it funny? She describes the classic breaking apart when life is hard, yeah? And
Yeah,
just like the pottery, you got to put it back together. If you want to use the pot again, you
yeah,
got to patch it up. The
yeah,
same as life. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece, that one. I read that one when you showed it to me. That's the one with Joe Wiggins, yeah?
Joe, yeah,
Yeah, I read that one when you sent it to me, and it's absolutely lovely piece, that is.
yeah, it
And I
tells a
remembered it was
story, doesn't it?
Japanese. I remembered it was
Mm,
Japanese because you sent me the little description. Do you remember?
the information, yeah.
The information, yeah,
Things
of
have to
what it
make sense
actually
to me.
was.
Yeah, things have to make sense to me, and I didn't know what Kintsugi was at all. I'd never heard of it, and as I say, it was obviously very pertinent to the poem. So I had to look it up and understand what it meant, and then it kind of brought the poem more to life, although it was already fabulous to begin with, obviously. But
Yes.
it just kind of helped me understand it a little bit more.
And
Yeah,
it's good when you do that. It's good when you do that because
yeah,
we've said it before, we've often read poems and had to read them twice, 3 or 4 times.
absolutely, yeah. Oh,
And
and the thing is, I soak up knowledge like a sponge. I love to learn, and I'm not afraid to say if I'm ignorant of the understanding of something. I'm not afraid to say that I don't know what it means, and I'll go and look it up, and yeah, I might not retain the information, but I understand what it means for those few moments. Yeah, don't even go there.
I'm being
you
very good tonight.
you can say nothing.
I was just going to say, who am I to talk? Yes.
Yes, exactly. Go on then. Table tennis back over to you.
Okay, we got another new one coming on, Matthew Pollock. Matt
Yeah,
Pollock, yeah?
yeah.
And it's called Never Let Me Go. My darkest hour, my brightest shine, my Sunday best, my lazy rhyme, my grumpy self, my joyful spark. Never let me go. You have my heart. My blessings present, my wallet broke. Do we know that feeling? My tears that flow, my sadness spoke, my healthy years, my bedridden days. Never let me go. You have my gaze. My smile outward, my demon soul, my generous nature, my selfish goal, my friendly social, my quiet place. Never let me go. You have my grace. My lifeline strong, my heartbeat slow, my resting place, my time to go, my final page, my bloodied pen. Never let me go. We'll meet again.
Yeah.
Soulmate.
Matt always writes in a very similar style. You kind of know the rhythm and how many verses, but his rights always tell a story. Always. Yeah, very interesting. I like his work.
I only came across Matt in the last week or two,
Right.
actually. Yeah. I can't remember how I did. It's just, me, I just fall into places rather than
Yes.
get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Potholes usually.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Yeah. Matt's been with me a while.
Excuse me. We've had a strange week though, haven't we? A
Yes.
great week of poetry and ups and downs and ins and outs, and
It's
we've
yeah.
been,
You could
we've
say
we've
that.
been down the rabbit hole, up the chimney flue. We've been everywhere this week. It's been an absolutely wonderful week.
Drag
This
through
has.
hedges backwards, and yeah, you could say
Oh
that.
yeah,
That's for
exactly.
sure. Yeah,
And
it's
and
been
still come out smiling.
absolutely, absolutely, and why wouldn't we?
Yes, of course.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, life is just so full of fun.
Life's too short, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I can't live that shortitude. I've got to be longitude. I'm only 5'5". Got to make up for
I'm only
some other way.
5'3".
You got some ground to do, girl. You got some
Oh,
ground
I
to do.
wish I'm shrinking now. Yeah.
No, Charlotte's
Okay.
just saying she's never read Matt's work. She doesn't think she's read Matt. I've never read it either. I've seen a few of them now. But lucky enough, Matt's in your group now, Nina.
Yeah,
in
he's known me
Poetry
for
the
a little
Blood.
while, actually.
Yeah. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know how I haven't come across him before. Maybe he doesn't post as much as others. But
He doesn't
I,
post on a daily basis. Yeah, he'll pop
ah,
in every now and then. So maybe you've missed it as it's gone down the feed.
yeah.
But yeah, always tells a story. I like Matt's writing.
I'm absolutely after enjoying that one because
Yeah,
that's something short and sweet. Like I would practically put pen to
yeah,
in
yeah.
in the
Well, they don't
rhythm
have
and the
to be.
rhyme of it.
You know, we like the longer pieces, but they don't have to
Yes.
be. You know, uh, gone with the wind, do they? To say what it needs to say, really. So yeah. Shall I continue?
Please.
So I have a lovely lady here, and I'm hoping she's going to forgive me for using the name that she used at the bottom of her poem, because quite frankly, I can't pronounce her surname that she used at the top of the poem. So I'm assuming that one is a maiden name and one is a married name. So it's Christina Helene Bray. She actually wrote the poem as, but posted it presumably under a married name. I don't know. So Christina is quite new to me anyway. I've not come across any of her work before, but she came in and gave us two beautiful poems straight off. So this one intrigued me straight away, because it's one of those ones where you don't actually realize what's going on until the end. So this is called The Girl on the Cliff. The girl walks barefoot on the grass. She does not fear for stones. Along the place where land meets sea, she wanders all alone. And yet no sadness dogs her steps. She dances as she goes, arms raised to embrace the blue sky, touching the wind that blows. Around her lithe and lovely form, below the white waves dance. The salt air billows in her lungs as the girl child does prance. The people who live on the cliffs have seen her come and go, in every weather, rain and sleet, sunshine and falling snow. They say that she's forgot the day when heading out to dance. Upon the frosted summit's edge, she took a crazy chance, and down from the high cliff top fell to break upon the stones that waited underneath the plunge and perish all alone. Close by the mighty sea foam's swell, she lay a day or more, too weak to cry for help or hope, hid by the ocean's roar. The night frosted ice on her skin, and in time her last breath was caught up by the ocean wind, and she slipped into death. But she didn't fly from the earth. The girl's soul was so bright that it forgot its body's death. Now sometimes, day or night, you'll see her dance on summer's breath. Someday the girl will go to a fairer, more lovely place where sacred rivers flow, where angel voices praise the Lord and all is peace and grace. Perhaps we too will see her dance when we find that sweet place. Till then she walks upon the grass and does not fear for stones, the ghostly lady of the cliffs, free but never alone.
You know, when I read this the other night, Nina, I thought to myself, immediately at the end, she was too free to be meant for this world. Her spirit
Yeah,
was just too free. She needed
it
to be
gives
well
you the
away.
shivers, that one. Yeah,
It does,
in a
doesn't
good
it?
way. In a good way.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that
What
one
was
spoke to me definitely.
what was it? Christina something Bray, you said, was it?
Christina Helene, Helene. Yeah, Christina with a K.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christina
Thanks,
Helene
let's see.
Bray. Yeah,
B-R-A-Y?
Bray. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Getting good. That's a lovely, lovely poem. And you said she put two up when she first started in the group, didn't you?
Yes,
She
yeah.
had put two up, yeah.
The other one was just as good. So, well, yeah, possibly I'll ask her if we can have that one for another week, because that was a lovely piece as
Yes.
well. And she always starts it off with a really lovely message beforehand as well. You know,
Yeah.
she kind of chats and says, "Oh, sorry, I've been absent for a while, and hope everybody's okay." And you know, she doesn't just come in and slam a poem up and disappear again. So
Then gone again, yeah.
Yeah.
We need more. We need a lot more of them.
Yeah.
We
She's not
really,
a
really
pigeon
do.
poster.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not. We have,
No.
I was surprised earlier, and I think I missed the name going up actually. Anthony King. I'm sure Anthony
Anthony
was in.
Wynn. Yeah.
Yeah, sure Anthony's
Mm,
come in. I've got one of Anthony's tonight actually.
you have. Yeah.
Yes, Season Song. It's
Yeah.
called.
You're gonna do it
And
now.
again, short one again. I've done well this week. I've got all the short ones.
Yeah.
I wonder how that happened.
I don't know. Probably because you
No
muck
idea.
up all
Here we go. Season Song. Come sit with me this frosty morn and watch the sun arise, to see the wonders of this life in clouds so striking bright. The summer's kiss has almost gone, her flowers gone to ground. The leaves have all but fallen, turned bright and golden brown. Winter's touch will soon be here, with its winds and bitter cold, to play the part of life anew, as spring can then unfold. I
Yeah.
love seasonal poetry. I absolutely love seasonal poetry because
Yeah.
it's life and death and the struggles in between, isn't it? Really and truly, summer,
Well, it
winter,
is
autumn,
really.
spring.
Spring's battling against winter to kind of bring the spring flowers out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Against the frosts and the snow, and you know, when you think it was probably only what 3-4 weeks ago that we were covered in snow, and now it's 26 degrees, and yeah, so nature certainly does have its own battle, doesn't it?
Oh, it will always be the dictator, won't it? It will dictate
Yeah.
what we're going
Oh,
to have,
yeah.
whether we
Yeah.
want it or don't want it.
Yeah. That's the one we're never going to
Absolutely.
defeat. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
go on then.
Well, you have to give me a cue. I'm not telepathic.
You need to be. You're on the Dear John show. Come on. Telepathy is the first choice.
Yeah, okay. I didn't realise I signed up. I dropped out of telepathy class after the first week. Right.
Whoa.
So, so this is from the lovely Kenneth Norman Cook, and I've spoken to you, haven't I? And I said, Kenneth, you never know what's coming from him. He's got a little bit of a naughty side. He does a lot of senryus, haikus, but his description and his personification is like nothing else I've ever seen. His pieces are stunning, and very, very visual pieces. So this is not a particularly lengthy piece, although it is for Kenneth actually. But yeah, this is called The Fire That Burns. The fire that burns in her eyes shames the stars, eclipses the moon, and outshines the sun with a crystal amber glow and shimmer that ignites the sky with an explosion of breathtaking, otherworldly beauty. The fire that burns in her eyes charms and dazzles the world with earth-shattering, hypnotic magic and eye-popping, breathtaking wonder that stops hearts, captures minds, and creates uncountable gasps of awe. The fire that burns in her eyes grips my soul, raises my brain, and sends my head on a fiery ride of unimaginably intense red-hot fury that levels and flattens me like a hot iron, searing, scorching, and rendering me down into a pile of grey, smouldering ashes. I know.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Doesn't it
Yeah.
just? Absolutely, yes.
His
Wow.
description, as I say, is just stunning. His pieces are beautiful. I like his rights very, very much.
You
Yeah.
can easily latch onto them, yeah. I mean,
Oh,
that's
there's
it's climbing
they're
a ladder
so
of
visual.
words, isn't it?
Yeah. It's another one a bit like Debbie, actually. It, you know, pulls apart from Debbie, but from a description point of view, Debbie draws you in, and Kenneth does as well.
Yeah. And it's a great
Yeah.
feeling when you get a piece like that to read, whether you're reading it aloud or you're just reading it to yourself. It's great that you can feel a part of that piece, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can see the
If I
pictures in your mind.
if I read a piece and I get to the bottom and I want to read it again, not that I have to read it again to make it make sense, but I want to read it again, then I think that one ticks the box for me.
That one would tick. It's already ticked
Yeah.
my box now. And
Yeah.
I don't think I got to read that before you read it this evening, actually.
Did I keep that one to myself? I sent
I
it
think.
to you.
Did you?
Yes, I would have done.
I put it down to me Alzheimer's. It's okay.
And not on that subject, actually, I've got one here. This one popped up in my group a couple of days ago, and I messaged Christine yesterday about it, actually, and I said to her, I want to read this poem. I said, I'm a little bit uncertain about it. Somebody actually has beaten me to it, and I'm not sure I can do it the justice that she did. But this is Alzheimer's by a gentleman called John Kavanagh.
I've heard of him.
And,
He's in your group as well, isn't he?
yeah, I keep trying to get rid of him, but he keeps coming back.
He's a penny, isn't he?
And I said to Christine, I said, John has always said that, oh, the show's not about me. Nobody needs to hear my words. But actually, in this instance, I think they do. So you're going to have to sit there and suffer, because I am going to read this one. Sorry. So this is your poem, Alzheimer's.
God.
I know sometimes I can't recall your face, your name, nothing at all. Yet other times all seems the same. I know your face, I call your name. I know at times I get confused, yet other times I am enthused. Please bear in mind my world has changed. Sometimes I'm here, sometimes estranged. I know at times you feel despair, yet through it all you show such care. I know my short-term memory bank recalls so little, comes up blank. I know anxiety, no doubt, takes effect when I go out. I know I try to bear in mind, back to you my way I'll find. I know some days are good, some bad. I see the life I've had, inside my mind a prison cell where I reside, a living hell. Alzheimer's now my brain does kiss, my thoughts now thoughts of reminisce. What I was saying I can't recall, not a thing, nothing at all.
Oh, Nina, you broke my bloody heart reading that one. That is a poem I wrote for a lad in work. It was a lad I worked with. And he was looking after a relative who suffered Alzheimer's. And he was getting very flustered and frustrated. With the repetitiveness that happens with Alzheimer's. Same stories told all the time.
Yeah,
Blah, 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 blah.
yeah.
And I sat down one day and I wrote the piece you've just read now. And I said to him, read that. And he read it. And he asked me, what does it mean? I said, why don't you try look at it from the sufferer's point of view? They probably don't even realise what they're doing with you. Or it has an effect on you or anything else. I said, so try think of it in a more passive way. And he came back to me about 6 months later. And he actually had paid heed to the poem. He was much more relaxed, much more calm. And we don't suffer it, but we need to look at the person that does.
Yeah, I used to, I worked in a nursing home for a few years as a care assistant. So I have worked with people with Alzheimer's, and it's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking, and especially in the early stages when the person themselves knows, when they're flitting in and out of the, the here and the now, and then they'll stop and they'll ask you a question and they'll go, I knew that, didn't I? I just said that, didn't I? And it's really hard, really hard.
Horrific. And that's the piece with in the mind as a prison cell.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know what it's like inside of that mind. Thank God we are so lucky.
No, I know.
It must be at times a prison cell.
And there, but for the grace of God.
Exactly. Very, very true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very
so
true.
sorry I sprung that one on you. You had no idea I was going to read it, and I do apologise.
I didn't.
No.
And just as you read it, the lady you were talking about that read it this morning, Casey just came in. Yeah. Hi, Casey. Lovely to see you on. And
I didn't do it the justice that Casey did on her video. It was stunning. But I had to read it.
Oh, You've done
That
a
one.
great justice, girl. That sounded absolutely brilliant to me.
Oh,
But that
thank you.
poem always has an effect on me, and I don't go
It's
back
hard
to
to
it.
read. It's hard to read. Yeah. I'm yeah,
I'm actually emotional after listening to you read it, as I was
yeah,
this morning with Casey.
yeah.
I was very emotional listening to it back, and it's one of those poems, and I've said this before, poets say to themselves, did I write that?
I know.
Yes.
Yeah,
And it has that sort of abstract effect
yeah,
inside. But
yeah.
I get emotional with that one, although I've had no personal
There are some that hit
input.
home, I think. Yeah, yeah. Definitely the subject, and like you say, it maybe doesn't even have to have happened to you or anyone you know, but you know the effect it is having or has had or is going
On
to have.
somebody.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Without a shadow of doubt.
And as I say, I have seen it firsthand, and you know, they weren't my relatives, but you still get attached to these people that you care for. And there was one couple in particular, actually. They were a husband and wife, and he was completely and utterly sound of mind. And bless her heart, I mean, she wasn't with us anymore. But she used to stroke my hair and she used to cradle my face, and then the next minute she'd be lashing out and throwing something, and that's the harshness of it. That's the reality of it.
Yes, with yeah. And as Casey has just said just now, it's lovely to hear somebody else read your work. It is
Yeah,
so
yeah,
different when it comes from
mm,
somebody else because it seems to solidify the message or whatever within.
yeah, yeah,
Because it's no longer in your head anymore. It's now outside of the box type stuff. I love it. But thank you,
yeah.
Nina. You read that beautifully. Thank you, sweet. Really
Oh,
appreciate that.
you're welcome. It needed to be heard by lots of people, so
Thank
yeah,
you.
no pleasure.
And thank you
And
all for
then
all the lovely compliments. Sorry,
have
go on, Nina.
you got you've got Chris Edridge, haven't you?
Can you see my page from there?
No, but I've had this discussion with you
It's
about who's
open on
look,
it's open on Chris
look,
Edridge.
look, who's
I
reading
remember that.
who's reading what?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Mind you, you've gone off piste, haven't you?
I better stay quiet. I could have been in trouble there. It's a family show.
Yes. I did say off piste, by the
You
way.
did, yes, yes.
Go on then, get ready.
I'm I'm gonna this one. You like this one actually. This is a nice one from Chris. Chris Edridge. It's called Feet Up.
Okay, yep.
It's time to put my feet up. Been working hard all day. Sorted all my nothing to do's and put them all away. All my can't be bothered's I left lying around, cleared them up in no time and never made a sound. Pile of far too busies. All now washed and pressed, with my do it all tomorrows. I'm feeling well impressed. Sat back on my laurels. That was when I heard a crunch, shattered every pipe dream before I stopped for lunch. I know I've still got cobwebs in the gardens of my mind, in the corners of my mind, among the dusty memories I've forgotten over time. That's when I started thinking I need to take time out. That's why I've got my feet up. A nap will do, no doubt. I love
Oh,
having a
Chris,
day
bless him.
like that. I
Bless
just
him.
love having a
It's
day like that. Put your feet up and just forget about it.
Chris doesn't sleep very. I'm sure he won't mind me saying this, but Chris doesn't sleep very well at night. I think he suffers from insomnia, so he'll very often be awake at 2 o'clock in the morning and then up again at 5. And so he has to have an afternoon nap. Bless him. And I used to rib him
Oh,
about that.
oh,
Chris's rights are very, very, yeah, they're very to the. He does a mixture of everything. He's another
yes.
one that you can't second guess him. Um, yeah, so some very humorous ones, some very poignant ones, some very lovely, beautiful nature ones. So yeah, you don't know what's coming out of Chris, which is lovely.
So that is the best, the best, the best.
Yeah,
Being predictive is just a letdown at the best of times,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
Don't want predictive. No, not being
yeah. It's
predictive.
it's it's a bit dull to say the least, isn't it? But each to their own, eh?
Oh, without a shadow, without, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So since we got you with a voice talking, what are you going to read next?
Um, do you want me to do the other three that you were supposed to give to Christine?
Well, nobody will know we didn't do them, really, will they?
Were they not?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if I didn't send them, but like I said, if I send them, I delete them instantly because I
Right.
don't want them hanging around on my stuff because I would hate to be looked at as though I was a
Oh, you would hate to be
thief
organised,
of
wouldn't you?
poetry. Well, I would hate to be organised, really,
Yeah,
yeah. I'd
yeah.
never survive if that happens,
No,
Nina.
no, I don't know
But
what you'd do if you were organised. God. So have you spoken about it being Earth Day today and why we have written the
no.
piece we're going
Hey,
to?
whoa,
No.
whoa, whoa. Stop getting off the subject. I've still got another one to go. Can you not
Right,
count? That's only four.
right.
Let me have a look back. It's only four I've done.
Well, get on with it then.
I can't because you've got to read one.
No, I haven't got. Well, I've only got. Hang on. No, that's it. I'm done now.
You're done.
What? Yeah. Because
Truly.
you gave Christine Jeff Hull, and Jeff Hull was supposed to be one of mine.
Jeff Hall, yeah, Christine done Jeff Hall.
Yes, she did. She wasn't supposed to. Jeff Hull's on my list.
Ladies and
Moving on.
gentlemen, moving on. Of course. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I've got,
It's probably
I've
for
got
the
one
best.
more.
No,
Oh, Christine is
seriously.
having terrible
She-
trouble
I can
with
read
the
you
internet.
a couple of the ones that Christine was supposed to read earlier. If you want to squeeze them in. And then we've got our Earth Day one to read.
Right, do your one first.
Oh, I'm all illuminated. Look, now I've put the laptop in front of me.
Wow.
I've got an aura. Look.
You have.
Yeah.
Wow.
It won't last. Okay, so if I do Annie Johnson, so it's Love Song Infinite by Annie Johnson. The melody and sweetness of you flows through me endlessly, always there, beauty filling me, marking the seconds of my life, with the perfumed breath of Eden and the living fountains on Sothis. You are love's undying ember, glowing, deep in the fire pit of my soul. Your body is the palace of my dreams, the landscape of love's promise and night's endless longing, to reach out and touch all that is love, wrapped in the fevered limbs of desire. I am here and now forever, your beloved in real time and in dreams. You are my prayer for love everlasting and my desire for passion unending. From earth my love flows into the universe, a living promise deep within my soul, for life after life after life with you, in an ancient union written in the stars, inscribing our names in time's blood on the marriage license of infinity.
You know, Annie Johnson was one of the first poetesses on the Dear John show. One of the very
Right.
first submitted poems was Annie.
Yeah.
And the only problem he ever had was the time that I do the show. Annie could
Okay.
usually get on for about 15 minutes. But the family
Oh,
comes every Sunday for dinner.
right.
And the show goes out at the exact time
Inconvenient.
she's ready to be doing dinner, yeah. And
Oh,
but I love getting Annie's poems. She is a very spiritual type of person. She's
well,
a
that's
lovely, lovely
yeah.
lady.
I didn't want to pass it by because I thought it was too lovely to miss, and I know it could have been read out another week, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't want it to get lost in
No.
the ether, really. So
I hate seeing Annie be getting lost, but the worst person to handle the stuff is me, to be honest.
yes,
I am just terrible. I think Angela's right. I need a slap across the fingers, definitely.
You need a slap somewhere. All about across the fingers. Anyway,
You're going for too much stock car racing, you.
yeah, God, it was good.
You love the carnage.
I do. I love utter destruction. It's fabulous. Anyway, They won't know what we're talking about. I've got another one here, and it's a very short and sweet one from Lillian Wu called Words of Motivation.
Yes.
Never underestimate the power of touch. A tender, loving touch could do so much. It has the potential to bring comfort, turn life around with kind words, an honest compliment, an encouragement, an appreciation, words of motivation, a heart that listens, instill confidence, an act of caring, give the joy of living. It's very short and sweet, but it tells a lot.
It does, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Lily, I've come across a few of Lillian's poems before. I think this is the first time we've actually read one on the show.
Right.
I think I was trying to build up the courage to ask her, could we use it? Sometimes you're afraid of rejection, you know.
Yeah,
So
I don't get rejected when I ask.
that's what I'm saying. I will ask anyway. And she was absolutely delighted.
Yeah.
I'm delighted. As I said, it's now becoming a thing. If you go into a poet and asking, can you? They seem to be absolutely delighted that the poem is going to get some airtime.
Well, they've already put them out there, haven't they? I mean, we had this conversation earlier today. They, you know, you've already you can put your copyright on it and all the rest of it, and you can protect it. But as soon as you push that button and it's released onto Facebook or whatever platform you've put it on, the words are out there anyway. So why not share it that little bit further, really? Yeah.
Exactly.
But no, everybody's been brilliantly receptive about having their poems read out on here. So it's great. We're snaring them in gradually.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm absolutely delighted with the way they are coming in. They're just taking part, and the community grows this way, and it's great to see it grow the way it grows. I love it. Like I said, we don't have a time limit or anything else. We're not there to try and squeeze something in or wring something out. It's there. It's there. We finish when we finished with their stuff.
If people can't stay the duration, they can always watch it later, and you know,
you can break it into sections in the recording. Yes,
absolutely. They can just whiz past you and get to the nicer bits, can't they?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. If they're clever enough.
You know, I love you really.
I do. That laugh says it all. Yeah.
Go on then.
Right. I have one from a lady I spoke to this morning, and it's the same lady that read Alzheimer's on the video you talked about.
Yeah.
Casey Kathy Lindsay Glower. And Casey writes from deep within herself. It's her own experiences in life. But one of the most inspiring people I've ever come across. On Facebook, she goes live, and she gives these inspiring little thoughts out to people. And if you come across the name, tap on the video. It only lasts about 6-7 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of your day.
Her reading of your poem was, it was beautiful. I couldn't let on when you were talking to me earlier that I'd already seen the video. But
she lived it because she is living it at the moment.
Yeah. Beautiful reading she did. Yeah.
So emotional, really and truly so emotional.
Yeah, it was.
And no matter whom I've heard read this poem, every time I hear it, it affects me. Every time. My emotions just change.
Yeah.
But inside of myself. And yet, I never got that feeling, Nina, when I was writing the poem. I didn't have that emotional connection, strange thing.
Yeah. I've made myself cry with a couple of my own ones. I mean, you know, ones about my mum will always make me cry for obvious reasons. But even ones, there's 2 or 3 that I've written, and I haven't had anybody in mind at all. But I've tried to. I've actually been in tears by the time I finished writing it. And then if I've tried to read it, only to myself, but if I've tried to read it back, I actually find myself crying. We do get involved with our own rights, don't we?
We do, definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's be honest with each other. We are connected to the rights.
No.
We are.
No. We're
so
not.
We are connected to the right. We are only separated once we put it in word.
Right. Yeah.
That's when we get separated from what's there. Otherwise, I don't think we will be capable of writing.
No, I suppose, yeah. Oh, I thought you meant you and I were connected.
Week we had last week is coming back. What's happening?
Don't know. Well, what's happening?
Back to being a mouse, am I? I'm going to read
Yeah.
True Harmony from Casey Cathy Linsek Glower.
Okay.
True Harmony. In among greatness, you stand out alone, vibrant and unique, never to be hidden, not afraid of the shadows. You will rise higher and wider. You will be seen afar, withstanding the storms. You will brave tears blowing all around you. When you're left standing, intact and powerful, absorbing the warmth that tomorrow will bring, you will grow new limbs that will touch angels' wings, forever to be in harmony with the universe as she sings. This is from a lady who has picked herself up from some horrific situations and
Right. Yeah.
guides others as best she possibly can. And
Mm.
like I said, when you come across Casey Cathy Linsek Glower, you see a video when it comes up. Just click on it for a couple of minutes and you'll see
Yeah.
where I'm coming from. You'll see
Oh, I
where she has actually come from.
Yeah, I will be looking out for her definitely from now on. I literally came across her this morning when I saw her narrating your Alzheimer's poem. That's the first time I've ever come across her, but I shall most definitely be looking out for her now. Yeah.
I know.
I have one here that I really think we ought to try and squeeze in because it's another one that
All these squeezes.
Squeeze. Vandita Dani, and I know Vandita's very, very loyal to the show, so I think we ought to include it. A, for that reason, but also because
it's a beautiful
poem. It's another one that speaks volumes, and I don't think we should push it back to next week, really. So if you're okay, I'll read Vandita's. It's called I Am Special. I am special, they say, yet ironically, I am killed in my mother's womb. Even before I was born, I am a boundless ocean that charters its own boundaries, yet the world condemns me for my independence. I am a candle illuminating a home, yet burnt for dowry to appease avaricious people. I am a soul that reflects quintessential love, yet maligned and defamed for giving birth to a baby girl. I am a gargantuan mountain, standing tall, braving all odds. I am victimized and persecuted for remarrying as a widow. I am treated inferior to my brothers, who are pampered and forgiven. Men demand respect from me without reciprocating the same. The scars on my face cry out the trauma I suffered when my face was disfigured. My fault? I refuse to submit to a man's obsessive lust. Fingers point at me, accusing me of wrongs I didn't commit. I am used as a scapegoat so that a man could be shielded for his villainy. Double standards thrust upon me so that I could be subjugated and marginalised. But enough of it. I believe my body may be mutilated, my heart broken, yet my soul will never be crushed. I will live on for years to come. I am a survivor. I am not weak. I need respect. I seek justice. I am capable. I don't need a crutch. I can walk the talk. I have what it takes. I am empowered. I am special.
That punches like Muhammad Ali.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Do you know what? I've got a bit of a flush about me after that one. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Vandita,
and it rights all the wrongs, doesn't it? Really, it's
every line. It's just from line to line all the way through.
Yeah.
And I've seen this one belong to Vandita during the week, and I thought I've got to have this. This has to be on this show. This is one again that is so badly needed. It's like the world needs re-education into where we actually stand type of thing.
Yeah,
Absolutely brilliant read,
she's
that one.
plucked out so many of the wrongs, hasn't she?
Yes.
And incorporated them. And I just, yeah, I mean, I hope I did it justice because I think that's incredible. Yeah,
Oh,
very, very
absolutely.
strong.
Absolutely. And Casey, yes, you are most welcome to the read. And I had a great enjoyment reading your poem. Again, there's a message in practically everything we've read tonight, all the way through.
Yes, yeah, yeah,
Absolutely. And we've got one more message, haven't we, before
we have.
we
Yeah,
retire?
we
Because
have.
you and I have been like pen pals over the last week or so, haven't we?
Yeah, it's got us into a lot of trouble as well, hasn't it?
Oh, well, I mean, that happens with the pen. You know what they say, the pen is mightier than the
The
sword.
pen is mightier than the sword, absolutely, and it will
Yes,
continue to be so.
of course it will, because the pen
Yes.
goes on. All you do is get an ink refill.
I've got one of those friction pens that come out if you make a mistake. Have you
Posh,
seen
aren't you?
those? Oh, what?
Posh. You're
Yeah,
posh.
yeah.
Yeah, you're
So can't
posh,
you
that.
tell? Can't
I
you
live in
tell?
Warrington. I live in Warrington.
I live in Essex.
Oh, Essex girls. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. I knew that happened to me as well.
Can't you tell?
Oh, my God. Oh.
Anyway, serious. Earth Day. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's Earth Day. Happy Earth Day, everybody. Since you didn't bother saying it, I'll do it now. Happy Earth Day, everybody around the world. From Backo Man,
Bako foil.
Bako File Man, or whatever he's called. He's got a name at the end of it all anyway.
Superhero. Yeah.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
Saver of damsels, is it?
Saver of
And
damsels
twang.
in distress. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yes,
the one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Saver of damsels,
Blank.
indeed. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So yes, Earth
This
Day. We
happens
decided.
because the likes of Dwayne Leon Rankin doesn't come in often enough.
Oh.
You know, I
Oh.
need Dwayne in.
Well, shame on
So
him then.
I've
Really.
someone else to pick on.
You love it. You love all the grief and aggro. Yeah.
Very
yes,
true, Angela.
Are you going to explain the Earth Day reason why poem?
I would have, I knew what the reason was.
Oh, for Lord's sake! Because the day's
I would have
Earth
forgotten
Day.
this as well. Oh, it is, yeah. Well, that was easy.
Yeah.
We've done it. Listen to this, guys. Nina and I have done a duet Earth Day poem, and guess why we done it? Because
Because
today we're
today's Earth
celebrating
Day.
Earth Day. Well,
Hey.
it's Earth Day, it's birthday. Yeah, here we go.
Yes. So we thought we'd try and squeeze in a
And guess
few.
what the name of the poem is?
Oh, do you know what? It was so hard to name, wasn't it? We
It
batted this
was.
backwards and forwards.
Forward,
Yeah.
over the net, under the net.
Yeah.
And we came
Yeah.
up with a brilliant one that nobody could ever have suspected.
I'm quite pleased with the title, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't
Day.
expect it though, would you? Earth
Not really.
Day. Really. I don't know why we called it that, but it seems to fit. So
It does.
we'll
So
go
yeah,
with
we
that.
tried to include as many of the. I mean, we could have gone on for years, really, couldn't we, about all the things that are wrong with the world? But here's just a few of them. You ready?
Yeah, go on.
You. Right.
What?
I said, are you ready? You never look
Oh, yeah,
ready.
yeah.
You
I
worry
know.
me.
I worry me.
Yeah. All right. Industrial development.
Whoa. Hold on. At least say the name.
Oh, for Lord's sake. Earth Day by John Kavanagh and Nina Tilo. So annoying. Industrial development, pesticides, pollutants, ecosystem in decline, a world becoming mutant, endangered species commonplace, extinction of more breeds, unless we wake up to the fact we're killing what we need.
Vast deforestation results in concrete jungles. Weather manipulations has all our seasons jumbled. No longer the world, sadly, we once got given for free. Melting polar ice caps, more often what we see.
Diminishing flora and fauna, exhaustion of resources, coastlines fast eroding, natural habitats in shortage, Tsunamis, earthquakes, landslides, symptoms of our need. Mother Nature punishing for overzealous greed.
Chemical trails blazing through, sunlight has us blinking, glaciers shrinking smaller, and islands slowly sinking. Volcanoes fire erupts like wars. We're auto self-destructing. Though through man's own interference, our nature we're corrupting.
An ever thinning ozone layer means UV radiation, famine, drought and pestilence, inadequate sanitation. Sustainable, the irony, the world will not exist if humans do not change their ways and carry on like this.
Well done, Nina.
Thank you very much, and you too, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
kind of our take on how we're, as human beings,
One of the-
destroying the world we have.
Well, we did at the start of the week. We did actually put out a notification for people to submit
Yeah.
a poem they wished to be read out live for Earth Day, but they mustn't have got to anybody because we were the only ones to come back.
Well, yeah. I don't know, people don't seem to respond. It's like when you say, "Does anybody, can anybody submit an erotica piece?" Or people don't necessarily maybe want to write about a specific subject. I don't know. Maybe that's not something they're interested in doing, but we did anyway. So
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
And I'm sure there was loads of them written up on the groups today.
There's been a
Worldwide.
few actually.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, I have seen a few go out today because today is Earth Day. But yeah, they were too late to snatch and read, unfortunately.
Yeah, but well, like I said, I think when we're doing the poetry for the show, I think tonight we've had 16 or 17 poems for the whole night that we've actually had read out between yourself, myself, Marna, and Christine.
Yeah.
I think that is a lot of poetry
Yeah.
to be actually reading out and to try and
Yeah.
put some other part of the program together. It's a lot of poetry.
Yeah.
But at least we're still getting some laughs in between. We're still able to banter. We need that because everybody needs to be able to sit back and have that 5 minutes of there's no world outside the window type of thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be there when you
They're
look around anyway. It's going
watching
to turn back
you
up.
exasperate me mostly.
I know.
Mm.
Life story.
Mm.
That's why I believe my mother left the planet.
It's becoming my life story.
Oh God!
Dear.
One day when you're
I've already got
82,
one job. I don't need another one.
83 years old, you'll be sitting down with the pen thinking, what can I write about? And this thought will spring into your mind.
Oh yeah,
Remember
that
that
Irish
Irish?
bloke.
Do you know that Irish bloke? Oh, I'll write about him.
Yeah. I could
But
write
people won't believe a word.
reams and reams about you. Oh, there's an
Oh,
idea.
contagious. I've got to go up and finish my shave now in a minute. Get the rest of
You're
this
shaving it
hair
off.
off my face.
Yeah.
That has to go. It has to go.
Yeah.
I've had enough.
You should have
I've had
come on with
enough.
one half shaved, one
It is.
moustache and one.
It is.
No, but
It is.
but the moustache as well.
I did on the other side.
I can't see that.
I've done it left to right.
Idiot.
I know. But I had to get the show on. I left it too late for the shave, and this is how we end.
You've come on with half a beard and half a
You
moustache.
kept me talking for 2 hours today on a 5-minute call.
I
Oh.
kept you talking. I don't think I did. My ear was hot again.
You're unbelievable, cheers, Andy. You're absolutely unbelievable. You keep me talking for hours and hours and hours, and then you say to me, I best let you go to do a show.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Well, otherwise you won't go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's the point?
I'm here.
What's
I'm
the
here
point?
winding you up, going, yeah, go on, then off you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, gotta be late.
Never mind. We made it. We did it. We've done a show.
Oh, do you know what?
By
The
hook or by
comments, the compliments have been brilliant tonight for everybody. Absolutely for everybody.
I haven't really seen anything.
I'm delighted with what I've seen going up and down.
Oh, good.
Oh,
That's
thank
right.
you, Charlotte.
We're not going to get
I'm
kicked.
absolutely. No. God, no. We can't do it.
Priceless. Oh, bless her. I love Charlotte.
I know. Me too.
She's lovely. Yeah.
May the force be with you, Earth Day. That's from Angela.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep.
Well, the force was with me. This lady you see here, Nina Thilo, Essex girl, UK, forced me to do that. So that's the force that was with you.
Forced. May you be forgiven. Do you know what? Every time you come on camera, you tell porkies.
I know. Shh.
Yeah.
I'm not
You ate
supposed to.
You ate my pork pies the other
did.
day. You
I
did, yeah.
But listen, I did
Oh.
save you. I did save you from something. I didn't tell you I eat pickles as well, but you know, because I did.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
I had my pickles as well.
Did you? I hope they gave you indigestion. I sent him out shopping, ladies and gentlemen, for pork pies, and he ate them. He ate my pork pies.
All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you went out last night and eat
So rude.
my fish chips and mushy peas, didn't you?
I did.
You
Serves
did.
you right.
Yes, absolutely.
Serves you right. Yeah.
You're absolutely terrible, you were.
I know.
Absolutely terrible.
I'm an awful person. I had that
You
discussion
know,
with Andy this
I'm just
afternoon.
looking at this on camera now. The darkness getting outside is better. I can see it. I think I might keep it like this. Looks
I
good.
dare you.
It looks like the Jack of Hearts, doesn't it?
Dare you to go out tomorrow like that.
I can't because actually in the morning I've got a very, very important meeting.
Have you?
Other than that, I've got to be in work tomorrow. I'd have went straight to work like that, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been priceless.
It
I'd have
could-
loved to.
Something so darn silly can make someone's day. Do you know what I mean?
I
the
can't
hell?
see it. It's not until you pointed it out. It's not very obvious on camera. I couldn't see it.
Let me take the cam down for a sec. Yeah,
It's probably just as well because I would have cracked up laughing.
because that's why I stayed in the shade.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There it
Oh,
is now.
beautiful. Oh, it's a thing of beauty.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I look like a porcupine on one
you
side.
need one eyebrow as well to kind of go with the rest of the look.
So observant, you.
Yeah. Half an eyebrow.
Oh my God. Now I'm all right. I'm safe for now. I'm safe for now.
Okay.
It's a little bit later.
All right.
Sandra will say to me, "What the hell were you doing?" Yeah. And I'll say, "Ran out a blade."
I don't understand why you did half. Why did you do opposite halves? Doesn't make sense. Mind you, I am talking to you, so it probably does make perfect sense.
But it looks so different. I'm not
Oh,
lying.
it's
You know
amazing.
this.
You could start a whole new trend. We'll have to think of a name for it.
You'll see this
Anyway, you better.
tomorrow across the whole of Europe.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some strange-looking people
All
tomorrow,
the youths
No.
will be wearing half
Yeah.
moustache and half goatee.
and I'll be fully shaved.
We need Alexandra in here. She normally notices your beard and your moustache, and she's not
Hey,
here to
that's odd.
notice.
She's not here tonight. I
No.
wonder if there's something wrong. I hope she's
I hope
okay.
not.
I really
Yeah.
hope she's okay. Wow.
Yeah.
No. And I should have noticed that well earlier on, because usually she has.
You're
Bad.
not a very observant person, are you?
I'm not. No.
Yeah.
No. I'm shocking.
No. Okay.
Absolutely shocking.
You are. That's one of the words, yeah. Right, you better wrap up and say goodnight to everybody.
Oh, I'm
We've
going to
kept-
wrap up now.
We've kept them for 2 hours now. They're probably all
We
nodding
have.
off.
Oh no. Nina, thank
Yes.
you so much for being on tonight.
Pleasure.
Thanks a million. And I look forward to having you here next week.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
might.
believe you and Christine are on for practically the same time in May. Oh my God.
Yeah, but like I said to you, I can probably still connect because we've got internet in the house. So
Excellent.
I'm not making promises, but we will certainly
No.
try.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll do a dummy run with you when I get out there anyway. Not that that means anything, the way Facebook's going at the moment, but yeah, we will
gotta
certainly
love it.
try. I
You
will
gotta
try not
love it.
to let you down for those couple of weeks, yeah. But I'm definitely here next week.
And
well,
Keith Forsyth has done this as well, actually, for the heck of it.
Must be a male thing then. I'm not. Yeah, I won't shave mine off just yet.
Well, thank God for that.
And
Wow.
I quite like mine.
But yours always looks so much trimmer than mine. I don't know how women do this.
It's because it's not grey. I think it doesn't go
Shocking.
up so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll keep mine for a bit.
You think so?
I reckon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go on then.
Yeah.
Go
Stop
on
me
then.
getting sunburnt, won't it? Keep me
Well,
protected.
that's me knackered for tomorrow, isn't it? Because if the sun shines, I'm gonna be born to a crisp. Absolutely born to a crisp. I could have saved all that, couldn't I?
Can you imagine if you get sunburnt there and there? I would pay so much money to see that.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be amazing. Please go out in the sun tomorrow before you shave.
Yeah, they'll have a little program just for us too, on the BBC or something. Do you know what I mean? When you see these two?
Yeah, Nutter's Corner. Yeah.
Definitely. Nina,
Please,
have a lovely week
go out in
ahead.
the sun tomorrow. Thank you, darling, and you.
Take it easy, and I'll see you, please God, during the week. Have fun. Say
Take
goodnight to
care,
Andy for me.
everybody.
Take care, hon.
Bye, everybody.
Mwah. Have a brilliant one. Bye-bye,
And
Nina.
you. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We come to the end of the show. It's much longer than usual, but I'm glad Nina had those poems. Christine, I'm so sorry I didn't get those and attach them. My God almighty, I need shooting. I really and truly do. I'm gonna have to do it instantly as soon as I get the poem, attach it and send it. I really and truly am. But Christine, thank you so much for being back tonight. Much appreciated. Absolute delight having you on the show. And Myrna, what can I say? You are my dose of joy and laughter every Sunday. I'm looking so forward to when you're coming on. You bring so much with you, not only for me, but for all of the listeners and viewers. And all of the regulars and all of those that have been here for the first time tonight. Thank you for being with us. Later, folks. See you later, Keith. Take it easy. Charlotte, you are amazing. You've kept everybody running here tonight. Everybody in the frame. Absolutely beautiful. Everybody was wonderful tonight, Christine. You, Nina, Myrna, you are absolutely amazing. You read those poems so beautifully. And thank you to everybody. Diane Reed Burgess, thank you for being with me again tonight. Goodbye, good night, and God bless. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. I really do. Oh, Charlotte, you are my pleasure here every Sunday. Thank you so much. Everybody, I know it was a lot of poetry, and good night and God bless, Angela. And it's lovely seeing you reconnect again tonight. It's great having you back in. And don't forget, we've only got 2 more weeks before we have our erotica. So I'm just giving you heads up beforehand, and then we will have the first week of May for the erotica night, yeah? So Angela, you get yourself prepared, because I'm sure you'll be on reading that night for us, for the erotica night. Myrna, and everybody else too. Everybody. John Burke, love you to bits. Lovely seeing you here tonight. Have a wonderful week ahead. Everybody that's out there, have a wonderful week ahead. But I want to say a big thank you to all of the poets that gave us their poetry tonight to read out. And Nina and Casey, thank you both for reading my poem this morning and tonight. I'm absolutely stunned. Thank you so much. Myrna Dupree Badrow, Johnny J.P. Lee, Marius Van Wyk, Debbie Klingelsmith, Jeff Hull, Joe Wiggins, Charlotte Rains, Matt Pollock, Christina Helene Bray, Anthony King, Kenneth Norman Cook, Chris Edridge, Annie Johnson, Lillian Wu, and Casey Linsek. Well, I've left, haven't I? Casey, Kathy Linsek Glower. Thank you all so much. And I'm counting you in, Angela, because I'll be writing to you beforehand just to remind you. Have a wonderful week ahead, everybody, and thank you all for submitting your poetry and sharing it in our community. Love yous all to pieces. May God go with yous. May everything work out for the week ahead. And I look so forward to seeing you all here next Sunday. Vandita, I am sorry. Vandita Darnley, I left off the list, and not purposely. Vandita, thank you for such an absolutely wonderful, wonderful piece. And the way you picked that apart was absolutely fantastic. Bye-bye, Charlotte. Take it easy, hon. Speak soon. Love yous all to bits. From Dear John. Have a great night. Bye-bye.